Hi everybody and welcome to Rewind the Lesson. My name is Margaret. You know what? Today I just decided I am just going to film this video in the car because if I tell myself that I'm going to film once I get in the house, you guys are probably never going to see this video or you're going to see it after 2 months. And I'm really trying my best to push myself and be consistent on this channel. So today's video I will be sharing top 5 skills that every teacher should have in 2025. In a previous video, which I will link here, which I will link somewhere here. It's the video where I spoke about reviewing a CV from a teacher, and in that video I spoke about the difference in between technical skills and soft skills. But soft skills, which are your teamwork, your leadership, your patience, these are basically the skills that speak to how you relate and work with other people in the work environment. And then we've got your technical skills, and as I'd explained in that video, technical skills are very dependent on the industry and the field that you're in. So the technical skills that are required from teachers are very different from the technical skills that are required from medical doctors, etc. So for instance, as a teacher, you need to know how to classroom manage, you need to know how to lesson plan, you need to be like some kind of a subject matter expert. Yeah, so depending on whatever subject you're teaching, you really need to know that subject to a certain depth. Okay. Yeah, so today I'm going to share top 5 skills that I believe every teacher should have. Please note that some of these skills you might only learn once you're in the job, once you've already started working, which is also absolutely fine. However, if I mention these skills and you do not have them, I highly encourage that you equip yourself, invest in some professional development on your own if your employer is not investing in that for you. So the first one is learning management systems. I think we are in the technology era where there's a lot of emphasis on the integration of technology in classrooms, especially in educational settings, broadly speaking. So us now having digitally enabled classrooms where learners need to be proficient with technology and how it works. So as an educator, you need to have an understanding of learning management systems, and these vary. I know different schools use different learning management systems. There's It's Learning, there's Moodle, there's Canva, Blackboard. There are so many. So if you don't know anything about learning management systems, go and do your research and get on it. And then the next thing would be digital literacy. Now, digital literacy can mean a whole of things, from the usage of social media to the usage of how to use the internet, how to use Google Chrome, all that other stuff. But I think as a teacher, you need to know that there are other methods of sort of assessment outside of written paper or written assessments. For instance, how to use a quiz that children can take online, which can be self-marking and all that other stuff, interactive whiteboards, also Kahoot. There's so many different programs that speaks to you being digitally literate. So yeah, equip yourself, teachers.
Data analysis and assessment tools.
We are currently in an age where there's a lot of emphasis around individualized learning, but also as teachers have an understanding of how to analyze data. So when children have taken assessments, how to analyze their progress over a period of time, what it means for their individualized learning, and sort of what interventions you can take based on the data that is presented to you from the learner's performance, basically. Number 4, coding. Coding and computational learning. Look, coding on robotics is here. Our kids love it. And so as a teacher, it is important that you do equip yourself, have an understanding of what it is. And I know some teachers might not necessarily find themselves in a position where they are teaching it. However, if you can go the extra mile and get yourself equipped, do it. Okay, you need to know how this coding and robotics is, what the kids are doing in that class. Learn as much as you can in that area. Number 5 is something which I think is quite popular, and I would like to believe that as teachers we are familiar with this one, which is just around collaboration and project-based learning. So basically equipping our learners with the relevant skills when it comes to working with other people and also working on projects and what it requires. I think as adults, we do know that working on a project can be quite hectic, and it requires that you are able to work with other people and find ways of making things happen, whether it's through conference or online conferencing, different platforms, platforms, video taking, all that kind of stuff. Our learners need to be equipped with working on projects and also with just working with other people. So as a teacher, you need to be in a position where you can facilitate that kind of learning. And this is a bonus one, which is digital citizenship. We do know that our kids have access to social media, so digital citizenship is just basically teaching our children about how to be, civil, to not participate in like online bullying, things like that, how to be safe online, how to use like technology in a safe way, whether it's your laptops, your cell phones, online learning platforms as well, how to be civilized citizens when they use these platforms, like sending out false information, wrong information, sending their pictures out to the wrong people. So digital citizenship is just about how to be civil in a digitally connected world. So as teachers, it is our responsibility to equip our learners with this knowledge so that they do not use the internet in an irresponsible way. So yeah, that is it for me. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this. Bye.